Significant progress has been made over the last 3 decades, but more is needed to meet the vision of ICPD. More awareness of the challenges and their growing urgency, more financing, more interdisciplinary approaches, and more inclusive approaches that recognize who was left out of the program of action.
The 1994 ICPD Conference and Program of Action marked a paradigm shift in population and development policies and debates. While the world we live in today is very different from the onset of the ICPD 30 years ago, the principles and the values remain as relevant today as they were in 1994, and they provide a framework for navigating global megatrends to achieve human-centered sustainable development.
Even though the contribution to environmental degradation and greenhouse gas emissions have been low in developing countries, again, when we compare to the situation in developed countries, we are seeing impressive increases in incomes. For example, even on the sub-Saharan African continent. This is likely to lead to increases in demand and consumption, and with attendant pressures on the environment. So yes, population certainly plays, a central role in environmental outcomes, but I would be guarded by saying that it doesn't play a singular role.
Demographic diversity that Priscilla was mentioning demands a radical rethinking of the model of development itself. How development agencies have worked in contexts based on past demographic realities then will need a massive rethink to face this remarkably different demographic future. Funding and programs that center donor priorities and not country priorities risk ineffective policymaking and weak progress on development outcomes.
LGBTIQ people are part of populations everywhere. We always have been, but there are very few development and humanitarian processes that actually result in LGBTIQ people being counted. LGBTIQ inclusive data, including population-related data, is a state responsibility, and it's a responsibility of all of us.
When we are examining population trends, it is an opportunity to really better understand where inequities exist and where they persist. What we really need to do is reconsider and recommit to the financing framework that would enable people to really achieve reproductive autonomy and to have the ability to plan one's family because of that foundational element that provides for development and well-being.